In 1984, Hasbro, in association with the toy company Takara and Marvel Productions, introduced the Transformers to the world. Based on the toy line by Hasbro and Takara, Transformers told the story of the war between the Autobots and Decepticons, two factions of living robot from the planet Cybertron. Lasting 3 seasons, a feature-length movie, a short-lived 4th season miniseries, 80 issues of a Marvel comic, and 4 Japan-only continuation series, the Transformers took the world by storm, going down as one of the most memorable toy lines and cartoons of the 1980s.
Attack the Autobot commander! Call in an Decepticon leader! Transformers, more than meets the eye.
Transformers, sold separately from Hasbro.
When the show ended, though, the franchise made attempts to relaunch the brand with new types of figures to garner attention. Thus was introduced the Headmasters, Target Masters, Power Masters, the Pretenders, the Micromasters, and the Action Masters. These lines only delayed the inevitable, and the Transformers branding quickly fell out of favor with children, who were anticipating the upcoming release of the Super Nintendo system. In 1993, Hasbro made one last bid to regain popularity with Transformers Generation 2.
He's more than meets the eye, he's a robot in disguise. Going ballistic to destroy the Autobots and conquer mankind, the evil Decepticons are more than meets the eye.
They released redesigns of the original G1 figures with new molds, alternate forms, and coloring schemes. They promoted the line with a 12-issue Marvel comic and a cartoon. Instead of producing a new cartoon, however, they repackaged the old cartoon with a new computer-animated opening and random computer transitions throughout the show.
Hey, I didn't send for more equipment! Did you hear me? We have what we came for! Constructicons, transform! Unload and attach them to your new invention at once! I am honored to serve Megatron.
Generation 2 failed to recapture the popularity of its predecessor, and was discontinued after only 3 years, convincing Hasbro to try another approach. In 1996, Hasbro released Transformers Beast Wars. Instead of robots transforming into vehicles, the robots now transformed into realistic organic animals.
Battle the evil reptile and insect forces of the Predacons. They bite tooth and claw. Heroic Dinobot attacks. Morphs from Raptor Beast into vicious robot with spinning Velocirotor blades. Evil Waspinator full of venom changes like never before, from insect to high-tech, and puts the sting on Cheetor. But there's more to Cheetor than meets the eye. Under the skin lurks a robot within.
But this is not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about the cartoon that spawned from this shakeup. The second computer-animated cartoon ever to air, and one of the best shows in the entire franchise. This is the story of the War for the Future, the story of the greatest conflict the world may never know. This is the story of the Beast Wars. The series begins with Beast Wars, Parts 1 and 2. We open in space as 2 large ships attack each other.
system's failing!
Oh man, this is ridiculous! We're an exploration ship, not a battle cruiser!
No choice. Our ship was the only one that could block onto Megatron's warp signature.
Shields are doing a major fade!
Plasma cannons to full power.
Their shields are down! Destroy them!
Now, where's the fun in that? A little torment, I think. First, yes, side guns.
One ship launches all its personnel into escape pods before they crash on a nearby planet. They manage to take the other ship with them at the very least, resulting in both ships going down. Both parties scan the planet and discover that it's seeded with unstable energon. For those unaware, energon is the energy source for the Transformers race, their very lifeblood if you will. It powers their technology and flows through their very veins. However, the planet has a massive amount of unrefined energon, meaning the surface is dangerously radioactive. If they walk out now, they risk going into stasis lock and never recovering. In order to leave their ships, they scan the local life forms and take alternate forms based on them.
Scanning and replication of local life forms complete. You may emerge.
Hey, look at me! I'm a cheetah! No, I'm Cheetor!
So, what were you called before this?
A bit tacky. You never had taste, did you, kid? Now this is what class is all about. Call me Rat Trap.
Rodents of unusual size? I don't think they exist.
We introduce our other characters, Rat Trap, Rhinox, and Optimus Primal, who make up the Maximals. Our villains, the Predacons, use the ship with a transwarp drive, meaning they could be anywhere in space and time after following them. We cut over to the Predacons and reveal our main villain.
Oh no! It's all wrong. This cannot be Earth. Megatron, you failed. Not only did you fail to destroy the Maximals when you had the chance, you failed to bring us to the right planet. We stole the golden disc for nothing. You idiot!
I beg your pardon? What did you call me?
Because nothing is more menacing than a purple T-Rex. Isn't that right, Barney? They rid themselves of Dinobot after he attempts to take over and spread out to find the Maximals. Cheetor quickly demonstrates his impulsiveness by running off to join other cheetahs. He runs into a gigantic wasp, who is a Predacon by the name of Waspinator.
Cheater! Maximize! Time for this cat to pounce!
Waspinator under attack! Waspinator engage enemy! Waspinator terrorize!
A firefight ensues as Waspinator pursues the young Maximal. The other Maximals join him, as do Megatron and the other Predacons.
We don't have to do this, Megatron. There has been peace between the Maximals and Predacons for centuries. Why start this up again? Peace, perhaps on your side, Maximal scum. Yes, but not on ours. Permit me to inform you that an enemy which appears to be peaceful may in fact be merely biding its time.
Finally!
We Predacons have never abandoned our rightful goal of galactic conquest. No, we have merely been waiting for the right moment to strike.
You mean like this?
Cheater! Ah, a treacherous, underhanded sneak attack. Oh, I like you, pussycat. Yes. But it shall avail you not.
And now, it begins.
Tarantulas, terrorize!
Rhinox, maximize!
Scorponok, terrorize!
Rat Trap, maximize!
Megatron, terrorize! Optimus, maximize! Now, obliterate them!
The battle begins with the Maximals seriously outgunned. Primal demonstrates his ability to fly and freeze Cheetor from fallen rocks. The Maximals retreat while the Predacons begin to suffer from Energon exposure, ensuring their escape. The battle has left the Maximals a little worse for wear.
Hey, what's got your servo so bent?
Let's get one thing straight, Rat Trap. I am commander of this group, and when I give an order, I expect it to be obeyed.
Oh, yeah? So I get vaped because you're too chicken to go yourself.
I will not give an order I would not be willing to do myself. But I was capable of giving you better cover fire. You were not.
Come on, what are you shorting about? We got out of there alive, didn't we?
But injured. It'll take time for our beast forms to effect internal repairs.
Yeah, well, better you than me.
They run into Dinobot, who has decided to challenge Optimus for leadership of the Maximals.
This guy's got bearings of chrome steel.
I hereby challenge you, Optimus Primal, to a one-on-one battle. The winner shall lead the Maximals, and the loser shall be destroyed.
Part 2 sees the battle actually begin, with Optimus's more peaceful side being unable to convince the warrior-like Dinobot. During the course of the fight, Dinobot actually saves Optimus from falling.
What are you doing? You'd won!
You slipped. To defeat you in such a manner would be lacking in honor. I would not have earned the right to lead. I prefer to beat my opponents the old-fashioned way. Brutally!
For a Predacon, Dinobot, you have qualities I could like!
The Predacons arrive and attempt to shoot them down, but Optimus quickly grabs Dinobot and jumps, hanging on with his foot. Rat Trap refuses to help.
Hey, you go and get yourself scrapped, because I ain't... All right.
The Predacons shoot out the bridge and the Maximals barely manage to escape their fate. The missiles fired by the Predacons reveal a source of raw crystal energon, which Megatron homes in on. With that kind of power, he could easily dominate Cybertron and the rest of the galaxy. Both parties begin moving to get there first. After nightfall, the Maximals spot an unusual structure.
Down there, look. Unusual. Any opinions?
Just one. It isn't natural. We didn't build it, and neither did the Predacons.
Terrorsaur and Waspinator begin strafing the Maximals, as Optimus decides to engage them in a dogfight to avoid an avalanche. Dinobot attacks with his laser eyes, but almost collapses a rock on Rhinox.
I knew it, you traitor! You tried to scrap my pal! Once a pred, always a pred.
Ease off, Rat Trap. It was an accident.
Says you!
That's right. Says me. You want to question my orders one more time?
I don't trust Predacons.
We've got enough trouble with Megatron's crew without fighting amongst ourselves. Now come on!
Both parties eventually make it to the Energon and face each other down.
impossible! The Energon shall be ours! Not if I can help it!
Megatron transforms despite the risk and tries to take Optimus out once and for all. The Energon detonates and everyone runs for their lives.
Thanks.
My action did not imply loyalty, Optimus. I owed you my life. Now we are merely even.
I'll accept that.
While Rat Trap asks if they can simply go home, Optimus tells them that they can't until Megatron is defeated.
No, Rat Trap. For now, we're stranded here with the Predacons on this unknown planet. Megatron may be back, and there is still more Energon. If they ever get enough, they could conquer the galaxy. So for now, let the battle be here, on this strange primitive world, and let it be called Beast Wars!
Beast Wars Parts 1 and 2 are a decent start to the series. It sets up the dynamic pretty nicely and hints at future storylines to come. Characterization is pretty light, with Rat Trap, Dinobot, Cheetor, and Optimus being the most distinguishable. The villains are basic, with Megatron getting the most in terms of character and dialogue, and the others being relegated to basic level mooks. The animation is obviously very dated, but does manage to make the show look different from the original cartoon and give it a different feel. The music could be better, especially during the first transformation sequence, but maybe that's because it's basically a Power Rangers morphing sequence. Really, all the flaws are flaws inherent in most season openers. The show has yet to really know what it wants to be. At its purest, it's more G1 Transformers than anything else. The tone and writing that would make the show what it's remembered as has not yet materialized. Overall, it's enjoyable and a good way to reel viewers in.